I hope that this video makes as much sense as possible. It's early in the morning, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm running on basically no sleep, and I don't make notes for the videos that I make. Basically, I just talk off the top of my head, so I apologize beforehand if my thoughts are a bit jumbled and not as well put together as, you know, some other people's video blogs are. But I want to talk for a second about atheism. Atheism and Christianity and the beautiful relationship they have. I am a 23-year-old female. I consider myself a free thinker. I consider myself an abstract thinker. I was raised Southern Christian. I loved going to church. It was very, very fun. I never questioned my beliefs. I didn't think of church as something religious, or, you know, it was just a fun thing that, you know, we went, I don't know, but, when I went to church. I went to a Southern Baptist church on Sundays, Sunday mornings and Sunday evenings, and then on Wednesdays, I went to a Church of Christ with my babysitter's family, and it was because of this Church of Christ that I began to question my beliefs religiously at around the age of 13 or so. I knew for a fact that I didn't really believe in or agree with anything that was being taught inside that church, so I decided, well, if I'm not going to believe it, I'm going to at least know what the hell I don't believe in. So the first thing I did was I grabbed a Bible and I read the Bible, and the funny thing is that I thoroughly enjoyed the Bible. I loved it. I didn't necessarily believe everything that was written in it, but I definitely loved it, and I definitely loved the parts of it that are spiritual. Now, Western religions, I think I should go ahead and say that I am definitely not an atheist at all. I believe in God, and I love God vigorously, insanely almost, and a lot of atheists would probably jump at that, but I guess what I'm trying to get at is that atheists and Christians aren't too different in my eyes. They both are debating something that can't be proven. They're both debating their beliefs. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, and that's from the Bible, and that's really what atheists are debating. Now, don't get me wrong. Atheists base a lot of their belief on science and evidence and fact and truth, but the one main fundamental principle of their belief is the lack of a belief in God. And to me, the lack of a belief in God is just as closed-minded as the Christian idea of what God could be. I am highly spiritual, and I believe that religion is a tool for the weak-minded. Now, I do not believe that the creators of humankind were gods. I don't believe that what created us was God. I believe that God, number one, is limitless and includes human creators, but I don't believe that human creators created the universe, etc., etc. I believe that God is a mass consciousness pool of positive energy, as well as basically a pool of all energy, this mass consciousness of every living thing, energy, spirit, love, everything and nothing and everything. Now, whether or not I believe that God is an object of worship, I don't really know. But I certainly do believe in God, and I try not to put limits on God. And this is where I find the atheist argument so funny, is that, you know, they're arguing with Christians basically over the same thing. You guys are really both limiting your ability to think abstractly, and you're both limiting, you're both looking through a very small looking glass that only allows so much, and you're both ultimately thinking inside the box. Granted, you're thinking inside different boxes, but you're still thinking inside the box. And that's something that I try not to do. Now, sure, there may not be a God. Oh well, that really doesn't matter to me, and it certainly doesn't change my beliefs any. I don't really argue my beliefs because there's nothing to argue. What I believe can't be proven, but it sure as fuck can't be disproven. So there's no reason that I'm going to sit here and make YouTube video after YouTube video arguing with Christians because my beliefs differ, or arguing with atheists because my beliefs differ. But I am going to make this one video, and I am going to say that there's no point in all the arguing. It's mute. It's a moot point. What atheists say can't be proven or disproven, and what Christians say can't be proven or disproven. And like I said, ultimately they're both two very small-minded ideologies that limit our human ability to think abstractly, and that limit our human divinity. And maybe atheists, maybe atheists and Christians both don't believe that humans are divine, but I certainly think we do. And I do think that divinity is subjective, so, you know, if an atheist wants to argue this, who the hell are you to say what is divine and what is not? You know. Those are just a couple of little thoughts that I've been watching, what is her name? Oh my god, it's Chris. C-R-I-S-S. And number one, I have a total crush on this chick. Like, hardcore. She's gorgeous. And she's really smart. And I really admire that about her. But, you know, the whole, I'm an atheist and creationists are stupid and blah, 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 blah. It's just like, psh, let's not go there. Because, I mean, fuck, science, I mean, evolution can't be proven. There's the missing link. Creationism can't be proven. I mean, what if early man existed in some certain form and the Anunnaki came down from fucking, what's their planet called? I can't remember what the Anunnaki planet is called. Are you serious? I cannot remember what this is called. Whatever. And the Anunnaki came down from the heavens and took the genes of the types of human that were already here and genetically engineered them and got us. And maybe that's the missing link. I mean, who fucking knows, you know? One thing that kills me, like, about atheists is it's like, dude, don't you know enough, like, not to trust authority at least a little bit, you know? I don't know. I know I'm sort of a conspiracy theorist, and my thinking is so abstract that I could be certainly targeted as, like, crazy or a psycho or something like that, but I don't know, like, I just don't want to put myself into a box, man. I want to entertain every idea, you know, and if I don't believe it, that's great, but I'm not going to say that's not how it is. I like to entertain everything, and I will never, ever, ever place myself in some little fucking tube or some little fucking box, and that's the way I gotta think, and these are the limits, and they're you know, definitely and greatly defined. No, sir, that's not me, and that's the beauty of being a human, and that's the beauty of having free will and not limiting yourself and being the ultimate free spirit and free thinker. So, yeah. I don't really know. That's about it. Everybody, open your mind, man. Just because, you know, it's not in the Bible doesn't mean it doesn't exist, and just because science can't explain it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. In our lifetimes, there were things that science couldn't explain, you know? I mean, our universe is constantly evolving and expanding, and dimensions are being created at every single second, and it's just like, come on, you know? Seriously.